Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're taking a close look, a really gritty look at Coruscant, specifically right after Order 66 drops.
Yeah, we're zeroing in on what happens immediately after. Using Jedi Twilight as our guide, we're looking at, the survivors, Jedi, soldiers, even a droid.
And Coruscant itself is almost a character here, isn't it? The heart of the Republic, now the Empire, but it's completely fractured.
Totally, it embodies that collapse. You have these incredible extremes on one planet.
Right, like the upper levels, you've still got the super rich zipping around in cloud cutters between these immense skyscrapers, comfort, control.
And they even have the weather net, guaranteeing perfect skies up there, completely detached.
But then you go down, way down.
And it's a different reality. Perpetual twilight. This gloomy gray inversion layer blocking out the sun.
And the rain, it's described as acidic, like it actually damages the buildings.
Yeah, it etches the ferrocarbon foundations. It's corrosive. And those lower levels, the down levels, they're teeming.
Teeming with what exactly? It sounds pretty grim.
Oh, it is. You've got the underdwellers, people just forgotten by the galaxy, and creatures. Stone mites, duracrete slugs, these big hawk bats.
Ugh. Armored rats and spider roaches too, apparently, living in huge trash heaps.
Exactly. It's this toxic, sort of decaying ecosystem, and some areas are worse than others.
Like the trouble spots mentioned in the book.
Places like the Crimson Corridor, the Southern Underground, the Factory District, and the Blackpit Slums. These are the zones where law just doesn't reach, perfect for hiding or, well, for dying.
And that brings us straight to even Piell, doesn't it? A Jedi
A
Master.
real legend. Lannic warrior, survived Geonosis, council member, someone incredibly respected.
But after Order 66, none of that history matters. He's hunted.
His last moments really show how clinical this purge was. He managed to escape the Temple Massacre when, Mace Windu, Kit Fisto, Plo Koon, they all fell.
But the clones, the stormtroopers, they catch up to him.
In the
Marketplace, right?
Yeah, the Xizor marketplace.
Right.
And they don't just rush him, they're tactical.
He tries to escape up a turbo lift.
Well, transparent steel one, yeah. And the troopers, using these blast tech pistols, they fire above and below him, they fuse the tube solid.
Trapping him. The book says, like a bug in a bottle.
Exactly that phrase. It's horrifying. And then the kill. It wasn't quick.
No, they used grenades, didn't they? A Luma grenade first.
Right, to blind him. The troopers had polarized lenses, so they were fine. Then a secondary grenade, impact sensitive.
And they detonated it midair with a blaster bolt.
Precision shot. The blast slammed Piell into a fiberplast column. Massive internal injuries. It was an execution, cold and calculated.
And with his dying breath, his mission.
Find Jack's Pavan. That's the message he gives.
Who gets this message? It falls to Nick Rostu.
Yes, Nick Rostu, former Republic brevet major. He's Karunai, fought as a freedom fighter, seasoned soldier. He actually finds Piell, gets the message just before the Master dies.
And Rostu is already involved in resisting the new regime.
Yeah, he's part of this movement called Whiplash. They run safe houses. They have this secret escape network, the Underground Mag-Lev.
So he fought through the Clone Wars, expecting peace, I guess.
That's the tragedy of it. He wanted peace, but now he's basically a deserter, branded a criminal, still fighting, just a different enemy, maybe a worse one. He's trapped in conflict.
And he later finds Jack's Pavan, right? Rescues him.
He does. He pulls Jax out of a tight spot with stormtroopers, confirming just how hunted the Jedi really are.
Okay, so what about Jax? The guy everyone's looking for. He's a new knight.
Newly knighted, yeah. And he's doing the opposite of sticking out. He's deep in the Blackpit Slums, Yam sector.
Trying to disappear, dyeing his hair, ditching the robes.
Trades them for a gunmetal greatcoat. Trying to look like just another piece of low-life scum, basically.
And how's he surviving? It can't be easy.
He's resorting to things Jedi probably shouldn't. Using the Force, but very subtly.
Like how?
Manipulating sabacc games to win credits. Using a little Force suggestion to, get food from a street vendor without paying. Tiny things. Constantly walking a line.
Because any big display would bring the Empire down on him instantly.
Exactly. And it gets worse. He even starts taking bounty hunting jobs for criminals, like Shuroko the Hutt.
Wow! So working for a Hutt, that's a long way from the Jedi Temple. Does survival mean losing who you are?
That's the central question for him, isn't it? He's compromising his ideals just to stay alive day by day. But he's not entirely alone in this. There's another pair trying to find him.
Ah, the reporter and the droid. Dendur.
Yeah, Dendur. Solston reporter. His career got nuked when Palpatine twisted one of his big exposés into pro-war propaganda, made him an outcast.
And his only real friend is a protocol droid, I-5YQ.
I-5, yeah. And this droid is something else, not your standard protocol droid.
How so?
Well, most droids have creativity dampers, right? They're seen as tools. But I-5, he's self-aware, fully sentient.
He actually says, I am because I think.
He does. It's a direct challenge to how the galaxy views droids. And this awareness drives him. He has this intense loyalty.
Loyalty to whom?
To Jax's father, Lorne Pavan, who's deceased. I-5 sees it as his duty to find and protect the son.
How's he tracking Jax? Facial recognition.
That, plus he has this force tracing chip. Which is interesting because Den, the Sullustan reporter, kind of scoffs at it. Says the range is tiny, like 20 meters max.
So it's more about I-5's determination than the tech, maybe?
Seems like it. And Den gets jealous. Properly jealous of the droid's devotion to Lorne Pavan's memory and his son.
A human jealous of a machine's loyalty. That says a lot about how messed up things are.
It really does. Trust is shattered everywhere. Human relationships are strained. And here's this machine with unwavering purpose.
Okay, so we have the hunted, the helpers. Now let's talk about the main hunter, Darth Vader.
Right, Vader. He seems almost dismissive of most Jedi survivors. Calls them of no concern, generally.
But not Jax Pavan.
No. With Jax, it's personal. Vader specifically says they have issues. That one word is chilling.
What does that even mean? A history there?
The book hints, but doesn't spell it out yet. Vader tasks his aide with the actual hunt. An Elliman named Hananam Tyke Raynan.
And this Raynan guy is obsessed with order.
Totally. Everything neat, precise. And now he's trying to find one specific Jax Pavan out of maybe 500,000 guys with that name on Coruscant.
Even though Vader knows he's in the Yam sector through the Force.
Right. Talk about pressure. And Vader keeps Raynan motivated through, well, fear.
The Force choke.
Just a little gesture. A brief tightening around the throat. A reminder of who's boss and what happens if you fail.
But Vader saves his real cruelty for Nick Rostu, doesn't he?
Oh, absolutely. He doesn't physically torture Nick. He breaks him mentally.
How?
By threatening his family, his entire tribe, Clan Rostu, back on Harun Kal. Vader promises to incinerate them all if Nick doesn't cooperate.
That's brutal. Using loved ones as leverage.
That's the Empire's way. It forces Nick, this resistance fighter, into becoming a Judas. He has to betray Jax.
And the bait is a droid.
Yeah, Vader gives Nick the location of a key rebellion droid, knowing Jax will go for it. It's a setup.
A trap designed specifically for Jax.
Which leads everyone to the factory district for the climax. An incredibly dangerous place. Abandoned industrial zones, primitive tribes squatting in the ruins, even feral droids.
Feral droids, what does that mean?
Like gone rogue. The book describes these old BXL-99 labor droids that are bizarrely modified, covered in rust and blood. It's deeply unsettling.
And it's not just Jax's group and the Empire converging there. The underworld gets involved too.
Yeah, Black Sun is there. Prince Xizor wants the rebellion droid for himself. He even has a plan to replace a rival underlord with a droid replica.
Seriously, a droid replica?
Wow, yeah. And Xizor's own operative, Caird, is secretly there to assassinate him. So you've got Jedi, Imperials, Resistance, Black Sun plots. It's a powder keg.
Who's with Jax at this point?
He's got Loranth Tarak, the Twilight Jedi Paladin. She's interested, uses Terrace Kasi, not the Force primarily, for combat. And twin blasters. Dan and I-5 are there too.
So the trap is sprung. Nick has to play his part.
He does, but he finds a way to fight back, just for a moment. He uses a specific control phrase, Zuwahama, to command Xizor's personal droid.
To do what?
To free Jax, who's been captured and bound. It only works for a second before Xizor overrides it, but it causes enough chaos.
And Jax has to fight Xizor, who has his lightsaber?
Yeah, Xizor picked it up earlier. Talk about insult to injury.
Yeah.
Jax grabs a light whip, this flexible energy weapon.
But he struggles to use the Force.
Right. All those months of suppressing it, using it only in tiny manipulative ways. It's like the connection is weak, damaged. He has to rely on his training, his instincts. He remembers Piell's last words.
Even without the Force, you are still a Jedi.
Exactly. It becomes a sheer test of will and skill.
And Nick Rostu, he doesn't make it out.
No. In the chaos, while protecting Jax, he gets hit by a huge shard of transparasteel. It's fatal. The soldier who just wanted peace finally finds it, but through sacrifice.
Vader's almost there at this point, right? His shuttle is incoming.
Minutes away. They need a way out, and a way to make Vader think Jax is dead. In I-5, the droid has the solution.
What does he do?
Logical, ruthless efficiency. He takes Jax's lightsaber hilt, jams it into the floor right near the facility's reactor core.
Turning it into a bomb.
A massive one. The lightsaber melts down, destabilizes the core. I-5 calculates a 12-kiloton yield, enough to vaporize everything, simulate Jax's death convincingly.
And make Vader call off the hunt.
That's the plan. While the meltdown starts, they grab Nick, disable Vader's incoming shuttle remotely.
How do they escape?
On an impounded smuggler ship they find, the Far Ranger, just as the whole place goes up in a huge explosion.
So the group that escapes is quite a mix.
Oh yeah, you've got Jax, the Jedi finally facing his past, Loranth, the non-traditional Jedi paladin, Den, the cynical reporter, I-5, the sentient droid, Caird, the Black Sun assassin who presumably helps them escape for his own reasons, and Nick, critically wounded but stabilized by I-5, a real band of misfits.
And Jax, he seems changed by this. He finally turns to I-5.
Yes. He looks at this droid, the last link to his father, Lorn Pavan, the man I-5 served so loyally. And Jax asks the question that shows he's ready to accept who he is.
Tell me about my father.
Exactly. He's not just running anymore. He's starting to reclaim his identity, his legacy, even in this broken galaxy.
But what a galaxy to reclaim it in. It seems like survival demanded some pretty dark choices.
It absolutely did. And that's maybe the lingering thought here, isn't it? We've seen the Jedi Order fall, the Empire rise brutally, even technology becoming self-aware and violent. What defines a good cause in that world?
Yeah. If finding hope means becoming bounty hunters, smugglers, dealing with crime lords like Xizor, relying on machines everyone else thinks are disposable.
What does that survival cost you, really? What kind of future, what kind of rebellion gets built on foundations that are already morally compromised? Is that the only way forward?
A heavy question to end on. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.
Always a pleasure.
We'll see you next time.